Namaste everyone, I am Hari Krishnan. This is the ninth video towards the Save Soil movement by Sadhguru and the Isha Foundation. Today I'll be sharing with you an analogy between electronics and one of the agriculture irrigation practices. So this was an interesting finding that happened a few years ago. So this is the time when electronics concepts were still fresh in my mind, and this is how it went. I went into my farmland and then wanted to try out the way they used to irrigate the land. And I'll tell you how we used to do irrigation. So it used to start from a main stream which would spread into various substreams, and this main stream would be supplied with water from the well using a pump set. So when the water from the main stream enters the substream, it goes to each of the plants, but not every plant at the same time. So we got to have that understanding of which plant is to be irrigated first. For example, coconuts need more time because they have a wider perimeter around them, so that it takes more time for the water to fill in. So in the meanwhile, there might be small plants around it which requires only small amount of time. So when water is getting filled into the coconut palm's trench, you can irrigate probably 5 to 6 smaller plants. So you have to think in that sense and open up the openings to each of the crops. So only then the water from the substream breaks and flows into smaller streams. So that way you keep irrigating water, and once water gets filled in one trench, you close that so that you're not wasting water there. You're increasing the flow to the other plants. So from the mainstream, you have to very carefully manage water so that there is less wastage of water and there is efficient irrigation happening. So I just asked my father, so why can't we increase the power of the motor? So my father with a smirk said that, can you really manage it? Because if the power of the motor increases, the rate of flow of water goes up. That means you have to think fast and open and close connections very fast. So a less powerful pump buys you more time. So similarly in an electronic circuit, so for example in flash memory, there are multiple links, so which would represent a particular data representation. The links get flashed and they form different patterns. So the flashing happens through electricity. So like this, working with soil and agriculture is not something old-fashioned, it's always advanced. You just need to know how to connect the dots. So I would say all of you try something like this. Namaste.